What if the aliens watching Earth aren't from another planet, but from our own future? What if these so-called extraterrestrials are actually evolved versions of ourselves, humans who survived a cataclysm and returned not to invade, but to warn us? This isn't the plot of a science fiction film. It's a theory supported by leaked documents, classified operations, and the whispered confessions of intelligence insiders. At the center of this theory is a being known only as J-Rod, an entity that looks alien, but according to secret reports, is a human from thousands of years ahead in time. And he didn't come here by accident. He came with a mission, to save his people, and maybe to save us too. The story of J-Rod didn't come out of nowhere. It emerged from confidential reports tied to the infamous Area 51, mentioned by rogue scientists and shadow operatives who claim to have seen the unthinkable. According to their testimonies, J-Rod isn't an alien in the traditional sense. He is a direct descendant of humanity, part of a group known as the P-52s. These beings allegedly come from a timeline where global disaster forced survivors underground for thousands of years. Isolated and exposed to radiation, they mutated. Their fragile appearance and large eyes aren't traits of another world, but symptoms of Earth's own future. According to individuals connected to the Majestic 12 project and the secretive S4 facility, J-Rod was held in underground U.S. installations for decades. During this time, he worked with scientists on genetic experiments and shared critical information about events yet to unfold. He didn't speak, but communicated telepathically, sending mental images and data impossible to decode with current technology. He was calm, almost compassionate, but behind his still movements and silent voice was a warning. Something was coming, something that threatened not only our present, but the entire path of the human timeline. It all connects to something even more mysterious, a project called Looking Glass. According to declassified reports and testimonies from former intelligence agents, this device could observe and possibly alter future timelines. J-Rod was key to its operation. Using his knowledge, scientists gained access to alternate futures, pinpointing a critical moment in our recent past, the year 2012. But what exactly happened in 2012? And why do so few people remember it? The answer might lie in a secret that wasn't just hidden, but erased from the version of reality we know. Some claim the world really did end in 2012, but not in the way we imagined. Something was prevented. A temporal anomaly? A solar magnetic collapse? A silent dimensional war? The stories vary, but all lead to the same conclusion. J-Rod and Project Looking Glass played a vital role in stopping a disaster that almost happened. And if that's true, what else has been kept from us? Why don't we know about any of this? And more importantly, what is being done right now to stop it from happening again? But the story doesn't end there. J-Rod might not be the only one. If there's one timeline where we survive, there may be others where we failed, where everything was lost. And if beings like him are among us, silently observing, maybe even guiding the course of events, what do they expect from us? Are we standing at the edge of another cycle, about to repeat the same mistakes? Or are we at the brink of a final split between extinction and redemption? The answers lie deeper within the mystery. And what comes next could change everything we think we know about the past, the present, and the future. From secret files emerging from the shadows of Area 51 to government agents' hushed reports, the origin of Kyela, the enigmatic J-Rod, is tied to an almost forgotten constellation, Aquarius. More precisely, he comes from the Gliese system, a dark and distant region of space, barely known officially. However, older accounts indicate his true origin lies elsewhere in the cosmos, a system called Zeta Reticuli, known among ufologists as the gateway to alien encounters, especially due to its role in the famous 1961 abduction case of Betty and Barney Hill. This directly connects Kyela to a chain of events defying conventional explanations, involving beings that walk the thin line between human and extraterrestrial. The P-52s, the species Kyela belongs to, are not just ordinary aliens. Unofficial genetic research suggests they are direct descendants of our own Homo sapiens lineage, an evolutionary offshoot from the future that, for reasons still obscure, diverged from humanity's original path. Their fragile anatomy, large eyes, and almost translucent features reveal an extreme adaptation to hostile environments, possibly underground and contaminated. These beings carry ancestral memories intertwined with the unknown, fragments of lost technology, forgotten secrets, and an urgent mission to correct mistakes that could destroy everything we know. The year 2012 emerges as a crucial point in this plot. It's no coincidence that this date sparked so much interest in occult circles and secret groups worldwide. According to leaked documents and insider reports, a global catastrophe was averted at that moment, thanks to precise interventions using advanced technologies, some related to temporal and energy manipulation of the sun. These technologies allegedly triggered or prevented phenomena capable of drastically altering the Earth's axis, causing devastating earthquakes, tsunamis, and climate collapses. The crisis was on the edge, but something, or someone, stopped the worst from happening. The connection between these events and the Looking Glass project becomes increasingly clear. This secret and highly restricted project supposedly developed mechanisms capable of spying on and interfering with possible futures, using equipment that created artificial wormholes to travel between timelines. Reports indicate Kyela played a key role in understanding and controlling these machines. He allegedly helped predict and neutralize a series of solar anomalies threatening the planet's stability. The consequences of this interference remained hidden, censored in classified documents and erased from the official narrative. Testimonies from whistleblowers like Dan Burish and Bob Lazar suggest the impact of this event was profound, forever altering humanity's trajectory. Burish, in particular, described encounters with Kyela and other P-52s at the S-4 base, where they discussed possibilities to reverse environmental and genetic damage afflicting both their people and ours. Although controversial, these accounts provide a basis to understand the situation's complexity and reinforce the idea that, behind secret agencies' walls, a game of hidden powers and technologies shapes Earth's destiny. But what really happened in 2012? Why were so many evidences erased from the official history? And the most unsettling question, if this apocalypse was avoided, could it return? What awaits us in the near future? These enigmas remain buried in the shadows of power and secrecy, and every discovery we make seems only to open new doors to even greater mysteries. The events that nearly destroyed the world in 2012 were no accident. Evidence points to a deliberate plan, a calculated manipulation, a temporal engineering beyond known science. Classified files reveal that Project Looking Glass used advanced technologies similar to what is now called Stargate, based on Samran cylinders. These devices created artificial wormholes, portals to other temporal dimensions, opening a dangerous gateway to our sun. Such technology was supposedly developed in secret military bases, shielded from public knowledge. Whispers from leaked reports hint at experiments far beyond the limits of human understanding. These wormholes disturbed the very fabric of time, with consequences no one was fully prepared to face. This interference with the sun's magnetic field triggered a chain reaction beyond the operator's control. Earth's magnetic field began to shift abruptly, causing catastrophic consequences. The planet's axis moved drastically, something not seen for thousands of years, unleashing colossal earthquakes worldwide. Mountains crumbled, cities vanished, and the planet seemed to cry for mercy. Records from remote observatories note unexplained solar flares coinciding with the experiments. Survivors speak of skies burning with unnatural colors, a cosmic warning ignored. The chaos unleashed was far beyond any natural disaster humanity had ever witnessed. Tsunamis caused by the shifting axis swept across entire continents, leaving trails of destruction barely recorded in obscure historical documents. Dormant volcanoes awoke with renewed fury, spewing ash and lava that blanketed vast regions, causing severe climate disruption. The balance of the food chain collapsed, resulting in an unprecedented ecological crisis. These combined catastrophes pushed humanity to the brink of extinction, forcing desperate measures. Evidence suggests that underground shelters were hastily constructed as governments prepared for the worst. But even these refuges offered no guarantee of survival in the face of such a global collapse. The The natural order was broken, and the consequences echoed in silence. The toll was horrific. About 2/3 of the world's population perished within months. Social and environmental collapse was so brutal that survivors were forced underground. Secret bases, subterranean shelters, and hidden cities began to emerge, marking the dawn of a new evolutionary era far from the surface we once knew. Some believe these underground enclaves are still active today, holding secrets the surface world will never see. The remnants of a fractured civilization cling to life beneath the earth, adapting to a shadowed existence. Their stories, buried alongside them, speak of a lost era and a future uncertain. What was once a world bathed in sunlight became a hidden labyrinth of survival and secrecy. But who orchestrated this plan? Why wield such dangerous technology to manipulate time and space? And above all, what was the real purpose behind triggering a catastrophe of this magnitude, even if only partially averted? These questions remain unanswered, shrouded in mystery and classified documents. There are claims that powerful factions sought to reset the world order through devastation. Others argue that the experiments were attempts to prevent an even worse fate. Regardless, the motives remain locked away, guarded by silence and fear. Meanwhile, the truth about Project Looking Glass and its devastating effects remains hidden, censored by global powers. This leads to a chilling question. Could this temporal manipulation happen again? Or is something even greater being prepared, far from the public eye? Cryptic signals and unexplained phenomena suggest the technology is not dormant. And whispers from insiders hint at ongoing projects, even more secretive and dangerous. The veil of secrecy thickens, as the world remains unaware of the forces shaping its fate. What dark future lies ahead, hidden behind closed doors and encrypted files? Among the shadows of classified knowledge, one of the most chilling theories revolves around the P45, a race often referred to as the Greys. These beings are believed to be the distant evolutionary descendants of humans, existing some 45,000 years into the future. Unlike anything familiar, they are fragile creatures with disproportionately large skulls and eyes, adapted to life beneath the Earth's surface, away from the harsh light of the sun. Their presence is whispered in secret circles as a haunting glimpse into humanity's possible destiny, a warning of what we might become. Sightings and encounters have been reported throughout history, yet official records remain silent, as if such truths were intentionally buried. These subterranean dwellers have lost what we know as empathy. Cold, calculating, and devoid of emotion, the P45 have evolved into beings who view life through a purely logical and manipulative lens. They are set to conduct genetic experiments on present-day humans, desperate to secure their own lineage and survival across time. This manipulation stretches across centuries, a silent war waged in the shadows of our world. Reports from alleged whistleblowers suggest these experiments are ruthless, targeting key individuals for purposes unknown. The extent of their genetic tampering remains hidden, wrapped in layers of secrecy that only deepen the mystery. The so-called desired apocalypse theory claims the P45 actually need the 2012 apocalypse to occur in full force to guarantee their own existence. According to these dark whispers, the cataclysm would reshape the timeline in a way that benefits them, a reset that cements their place in the future. However, their plans were allegedly thwarted by the P52, another advanced group genetically closer to humans, allied with sympathetic human factions. This hidden conflict remains unknown to the masses, fought behind closed doors and buried beneath layers of misinformation. Yet, the ongoing struggle is believed to ripple into the present day, casting shadows over global events. Rumors place the P45 at the helm of secret societies, puppeteering elite global organizations, including the infamous Illuminati. Their reach is said to extend into governments, corporations, and shadow networks, pulling strings with ruthless efficiency. The true extent of their influence is a matter of heated debate among conspiracy theorists, but the chilling consensus is clear. The Greys are watching, waiting, and manipulating. Their ultimate goal remains unknown, a mystery that continues to haunt those who dare to uncover the truth. Some claim the P45 use advanced mind control techniques to bend powerful leaders to their will. This covert manipulation is further deepened by their presence in the world's financial and technological centers. It is said they exploit economic crises, technological breakthroughs, and political unrest to weaken humanity's grasp on freedom. Every major global upheaval becomes a stage for their influence to spread, invisible yet omnipresent. The more the world seems to spiral into chaos, the stronger their grip becomes, tightening like an unseen noose. Whether this is a long-term plan for domination or a desperate survival strategy is a question yet unanswered. As the layers of secrecy unfold, one question persists: who truly holds the reins of power in our world? The P-45, with their cold, emotionless eyes and underground fortresses, remain an enigma wrapped in shadows. Their story is pieced together from cryptic documents, whistleblower testimonies, and unexplained phenomena scattered throughout history. But the deeper we delve, the more it feels like we are only scratching the surface of a much darker reality. What other truths lie buried beneath the surface, waiting to be revealed? Deep within the labyrinth of classified operations, the infamous Looking Glass technology once thrived. A device capable of manipulating time and peering into alternate futures. But its reign ended abruptly, allegedly shut down by an enigmatic figure known as Kyela. This mysterious entity, believed to originate from the distant stars, intervened to prevent the catastrophic collapse of Earth's fragile balance. The shutdown was not just a technological decision but a desperate act to save humanity from itself. Whispers in the underground suggest that without this intervention, the world as we know it might have been erased or transformed beyond recognition. Kyela is said to have lived within the shadows of Area 51 for many years, not as a captive but as an uneasy guardian aiding select humans. This alien presence worked alongside secret military programs, quietly guiding scientific advancements while protecting the planet from darker forces. The story of Kyela blurs the line between alien myth and government conspiracy, weaving a narrative that challenges our understanding of reality. Some insiders claim that Kyela's true mission was to prevent temporal weapons from destroying the sun, a task of cosmic proportions hidden from the public eye. Among the most debated artifacts are the so-called Stargates and Samaran cylinders. Officially dismissed as mere gifts or relics from ancient civilizations, conspiracy theorists warn these devices are anything but benign. They are, in fact, temporal weapons, machines capable of warping time itself, creating wormholes that ripple through the fabric of existence. The destructive potential of these technologies is beyond human comprehension, able to destabilize planetary fields and disrupt the natural flow of time. The use of such devices could explain many unexplained phenomena recorded throughout history. In recent decades, the global elite's response to these hidden threats has become increasingly visible. Massive underground bunkers, such as those rumored beneath the Denver International Airport, hint at a sinister preparation for future calamities. These subterranean fortresses are said to be equipped with advanced technology designed to withstand any apocalypse, natural or engineered. The construction of these shelters reveals a dark anticipation, a cold calculation that only a privileged few would survive the coming storm. The existence of these bunkers fuels speculation about who truly holds power and what secrets are kept far from the public's reach. Some theorists argue that these elite shelters are more than just safe havens. They are command centers for orchestrating the world's next phase. From these hidden strongholds, powerful factions are believed to monitor and manipulate global events, using advanced technologies to maintain control. The lines between protector and oppressor blur as we question whether these bunkers are meant to safeguard humanity or serve as citadels for a new ruling class. Every detail, from their size to their location, adds another layer to a puzzle that seems designed to keep us in the dark. As the evidence slowly emerges from the shadows, the true extent of these hidden operations remains elusive. Are the Looking Glass technology and its related devices the keys to understanding the past and future? Or are they weapons too dangerous for any civilization to wield? The story of Kyela, the temporal weapons, and the elite's underground fortresses invites us to peer behind the veil of secrecy. In the end, the question lingers: how much do we truly know about the forces shaping our reality, and how much remains buried in darkness? Throughout the shadows of classified operations, 3 whistleblowers have emerged, figures who claim to unveil truths hidden behind the veil of secrecy. Dan Burish, formerly known as Dan Crane, stands at the center of this mysterious web. Burish alleges he worked at the notorious S4 facility, a secretive outpost adjacent to Area 51. According to him, his role involved contact not only with extraterrestrial beings but also with entities described as angels speaking ancient Hebrew, a claim that blurs the lines between science fiction and spiritual enigma. Burish's story deepens with his alleged involvement in the Looking Glass project, where he supposedly interacted with a being known as J-Rod. This entity, linked to the distant Zeta Reticuli system, is said to have shared knowledge of temporal technology and cosmic phenomena. These encounters, if true, would place Burish at the heart of a cosmic conspiracy that stretches beyond our understanding of time and space. Yet, such extraordinary claims have naturally attracted scrutiny, casting long shadows of doubt on his credibility. Another controversial figure is Bob Lazar, who is known for revealing the existence of alien technology at Area 51. However, Lazar openly denies any association with Burish and dismisses his allegations as fabrications. The tension between these 2 whistleblowers feeds into the broader narrative of secret agendas and hidden truths. Lazar's own story has been a lightning rod for skepticism, but his critiques of Burish add another layer of complexity to the tangled web of classified knowledge. The inconsistencies do not end there. Academic and military records linked to Burish present contradictions that further muddy the waters. Official documents fail to corroborate his claims of employment at S4, and during the same period he professed to work at this secret base. Evidence suggests he served as a parole officer in Las Vegas. These discrepancies raise troubling questions about the reliability of whistleblower testimonies in this shadowy domain. Are these stories mere fabrications, or are they pieces of a larger puzzle meant to distract and confuse? Bill Wood, the third prominent whistleblower, adds yet another dimension to this covert narrative. Wood claims to have been involved with extraterrestrial communication and covert projects intersecting with government agencies. Though less widely known than Burish or Lazar, his testimony echoes similar themes of hidden knowledge and cosmic interference. Together, these voices form a chorus of mystery, each with their own conflicting tales but united in their claims of hidden truths about secret projects and alien contact. As the stories intertwine, the connections between secret agencies, scientific research, and military operations become increasingly opaque. Whether these whistleblowers are truth-tellers, fabricators, or pawns in a grander scheme remains uncertain. But their revelations continue to fuel the dark intrigue surrounding Area 51, the Looking Glass project, and the possibility that humanity's fate is linked to forces beyond our comprehension. In the end, the shadows grow deeper, inviting us to question what lies hidden just out of sight. The year 2030 stands as a looming bifurcation point on humanity's timeline, a moment charged with unprecedented significance. Experts warn that the choices made now will split our future into 2 drastically different paths. On one side, a hopeful ascension awaits, a reality shaped by peace, deep empathy, and the emergence of telepathic abilities long thought impossible. This path promises revelations that could alter the very fabric of human understanding. A new age of enlightenment may dawn, dissolving old barriers and uniting minds. Yet this vision remains fragile, hanging by a thread amid rising turmoil. The fate of humanity hangs in delicate balance. Opposing this hopeful future is a shadowy alternative, a world plunged into global destruction. War consumes nations, tearing apart societies and drowning hope in blood and fire. The elite's iron grip tightens, using fear and oppression to enslave the masses and eliminate dissent. This dystopia is no accident. It is a calculated design to dominate and control. Freedom becomes a relic of the past as humanity descends into chaos and despair. The battle lines are drawn, and the outcome will decide whether light or darkness prevails. Beneath the surface, a sinister agenda unfolds. The global elite manipulate media and governments to fuel fear and division among the people. Psychological operations and disinformation campaigns escalate, creating an environment ripe for chaos. This manufactured instability is no accident but a weapon forged to fracture society. The elite's ultimate goal is clear: to seize control over a destabilized world. In the aftermath of engineered conflict, they intend to install an unchallengeable rule. Their power thrives on the destruction they orchestrate. This chaos is strategic and intentional, designed to break the spirit of resistance. The elite's ambitions stretch beyond simple control. They seek to remake the world in their image. By driving humanity into fear and submission, they erase autonomy and forge a new order under their command. Invisible puppeteers pull the strings, hiding behind layers of secrecy and deception. Yet, as their power grows, so too does the potential for rebellion. The human spirit, though battered, is not easily extinguished. Amid the darkness, a sliver of hope persists. The future remains unwritten and malleable, shaped by the choices made today. Each individual holds a piece of this destiny, capable of steering the course toward light or shadow. The question stands stark and clear: will humanity rise above manipulation and fear? Or will it surrender to the tide of chaos and control? This crossroads challenges every soul to decide where they stand in the unfolding drama. To choose peace and consciousness is to reclaim power and agency. It is a call to awaken from the manufactured nightmare and embrace unity. This path demands courage, awareness, and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths. The alternative, submission to chaos, promises only continued enslavement. The future is a battleground, not just of forces but of ideas and spirit. The responsibility to choose rests with each of us, silently, in every moment. So the final question echoes through the shadows. What will you choose? Peace and enlightenment, or chaos and subjugation? The answer holds the key to humanity's survival. This is not a mere story of dystopia. It is a warning, a challenge, and a call to action. The path ahead is dark and uncertain, but the light within us may yet prevail. In this episode, we dove into a dark and unsettling narrative. We explored Kyela, the being known as J-Rod, and his connections to Zeta Reticuli, revealed the possible side effects of the Looking Glass project, and exposed the real threat of a global catastrophe that may have been averted in 2012. We uncovered the silent war between two future human lineages, the P45 and the P52, and how their conflicting agendas could be shaping our present. We investigated forbidden technologies, whistleblowers from inside Area 51, genetic experiments, and the ongoing manipulation of timelines. Is the global elite preparing Earth for another apocalypse? Are the Greys, already among us, silently pulling the strings of power? And more importantly, are we about to repeat the same mistakes in 2030, or do we still have a chance to change the course? Now we want to know, do you believe all of this, time manipulation, interdimensional wars, and alien alliances, could be real? Tell us what you think in the comments. Your opinion may matter more than you realize. If this video made you question reality, hit the like button, share it with someone who needs to wake up, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next revelations. Bell activate notifications to be the first to uncover what they don't want you to know. The truth is hidden, but not forever.